Welcome back to part 2 of the Jeweler's Bobbing Compound refining series. We've got the liquid separated from the solids now. What I'll do is transfer this material in our funnel, our filter, into this beaker. Boom, came right out. I think what we'll try is I'm going to get a little bit of the solids off of here, put it in this smaller beaker. If I can do that. There we go. That's just a spoonful of the dirt. I'm going to try adding some sulfuric acid. To the solids, just enough to cover them. I've got some 29% hydrogen peroxide. We'll measure a little of this out into this beaker. Now what we'll do is start adding some of the hydrogen peroxide to our solids here. See if we can get some of the organic material to dissolve. What I'm trying to do is dissolve away any of the wax or paper. Any carbon based material should dissolve in this Piranha solution. Plus I'm seeing a little bit of red fumes, which means we're probably driving off some of the nitric acid that remained in here. Looks like it may have been beneficial. If you look down on the bottom down there of the beaker, looks like we've got some particles of precious metals settling out on the bottom of the beaker. I'm going to reach in here now and try to draw off the liquid out of here. Okay, this looks like fairly clean metal particles. I think what we'll do now is try to rinse it with a little water, dilute it down with some water. Let's see if we can pour off this rinse water now and reveal some metal. Let me try rinsing this one more time. Alright, if you look under here, it looks like some pretty clean metal under there. Go ahead and pour this off. This is just the water rinse, rinsing off the Piranha solution off the metal. like how that looks. Look at that down in there now. That looks pretty good. Let's give this a couple more rinses with some water. Wow. Sure what to make of that. Let's add some hydrochloric acid to this. I'm going to put this up on the heating pad back here. Now we'll add a stir bar. Start adding some heat. Let's cover this up. Now we're going to add some doses of nitric acid. This will form aqua regia in the beaker and start putting gold in solution. Give it a couple shots here. And then we'll just let that slowly heat up. I added a couple more shots of nitric, and this has been on heat now for about 15 minutes. Let's reach in here, get a little on a filter paper, do a stannous test. There you go. We've got gold in solution. I'm going to pull this down off the heat, let it cool, and look in there and see what we got. That's a fairly dark stain from the stannous test from gold in solution in this beaker. Here's our solution. It looks pretty good. I've allowed it to settle completely. There's gold in that solution. We've already tested it with stannous. And then over here is the Piranha solution that we used to treat those solids before we set it up on the heat pad and dissolved the gold out with aqua regia. I don't know if that was helpful or not. And so what we're going to do now is repeat the experiment, but this time what we're going to do is add some of this material into a clean beaker. Try to get just about the same amount that we used for the first experiment. Let's get some of this stuff out of here. I'm going to add it to this beaker. Put this back in here. Let's move this back out of the way. And we'll add some hydrochloric acid to this stuff we put in the beaker. Instead of treating it with the Piranha solution first, we're just going to go ahead and try to dissolve out the gold just like it is with aqua regia. Let's add some nitric acid. I think I added 4 squirts to the last experiment here, so we'll add the same amount to this. do is set it up on the heating pad back here. Start stirring and start heating and see what kind of result we get with just adding straight Aqua regia right to the solids. This has been on high heat for about an hour. What we'll do is take this down off the heat now and let this cool down. Let's reach down in here, get a little bit of the solution on a piece of filter paper, and let's test this with stannous. Got a nice extraction there. Nice dark color indicates we've got gold in solution. I think this is going to work right here, just like this. So what we'll do, instead of hitting it with the Piranha solution first, we're just going to put this up on some heat. First, I'm going to add some hydrochloric acid to this. Using hydrochloric acid to rinse the material off the spoon. We're already starting to see a little bit of a reaction in here, probably from the nitric acid, the residual nitric acid that was already in there. Let's set this up on the heat now. Start heating it slowly. Let me get the stir bar out of here. We're going to add this stir bar this beaker up here. Just going to drop it right on in. Now what we'll do is start adding nitric acid. Alright, that's 10 3 milliliter doses, 30 milliliters of nitric acid. We've had this up on high heat now for about an hour. I'm going to add another small shot of nitric acid, just see what kind of reaction we get here. And that was about 1.5 to 2 milliliters of nitric acid. And this is a couple minutes after that last dose of nitric. And I don't see a whole bunch of reaction going on with these nitric additions. A little bit, I guess, but I think most of the material that we've got down in there, it's such a finely divided material that will probably get it all to go into solution very quickly. I'll just keep cooking this and adding small doses of nitric for the next hour or so. And it's best to overdo it here to get all the gold to go in solution so we can get a good extraction from those solids. Let me rinse down the sides of the beaker with some hydrochloric acid. I think what we'll do is let's move these samples, these experiments that we did, out of the way. I'm going to put another burner in here start heating up our other jar solids in this beaker right here. Might as well get started on this. Let's add some hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is the same thing as muriatic acid. Let's add some hydrochloric acid to our jar of solids over here. Let's start this one off with some nitric acid, measuring out about 40 milliliters of nitric acid. And we'll add that right in to our solids. It's getting kind of crowded in here. I think I'll move these other two containers out of the way. I'm going to add another squirt of nitric into this jar up here. I'm going to reach in here and give this a stir. I believe this extraction is complete. We've had this up here boiling for several hours. Bring this down and let it cool. Let me get in here and get our stir bar. Transfer this over here to this container. Now let's take this beaker here and set it over on top of our stirring hot plate and let this continue to react. Reach in here and give this a stir. Make sure it's, oh yeah, it's nice and loose in there now. Now let me put a shot of nitric in here. I'm going to add it slow because I don't know how this is going to react. It wasn't too bad. It's about 3 milliliters of nitric acid. I think what we'll do is transfer this hot solution into this tall beaker that has our material that we processed earlier. Get that stir bar out of there. Come on, you. Now let's transfer the solids out of our beaker into this tall beaker so we can allow the everything to settle out. Here's the gold solution from the Piranha solution experiment. I'm going to add that right on in here as well. Now we've got everything gathered up into this one beaker, and what we'll do is keep adding shots of nitric acid to this beaker up on the hot plate. And just keep hitting that with more aqua regia until we get all those fumes to clear up here. This has been on boiling for several hours. I've been continuously adding doses of nitric acid. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this down off the heat and add it down here into this beaker. We've got everything in this beaker now, all the solids, all the solution that should have our gold dissolved into it. So now what we'll do is we'll let this settle completely, and then we'll retrieve the solution off the solids after they settle. I think this is a convenient place to conclude part 2 of the Jeweler's Bobbing Compound Refining Series. I'd like to thank everyone for watching.